Much more tonight. First, JJ, as I bring you in, I'm Jordan Moore with John Jackson. JJ, your quick take on the season opening game. I like your call there, Jake's snap. That was maybe the best part.
That's right. That was the best part of the whole day. I mean, there was nothing. I mean, I've known Jake since he's been a freshman, but going back in his high school days at Olu, and when he was snapping there, and to watch him, to get an opportunity to snap that extra point, man, that really hit home for me. That was a lot of fun.
It hit home for everybody. I mean, I think that's really what we've learned in the days since. And we'll talk to Jake now. Trojan fans get one free admission to the Ralph's Ultimate Tailgate Experience at select USC football home games this fall when you purchase $35 of participating items at Ralph's. Look for the signs and tags in store. Every $35 you spend gets you one admission. All right, let's bring in the long snapper, junior Jake Olson right now. Jake, how many interviews have you done since Saturday?
What's up, Jordan, JJ? How you guys doing?
Good.
Lots. I mean, luckily we get Sunday off, just as a NCAA rule. But these last 2 days, yes,
you made up for it.
Yes, I've definitely made up for it. I mean, it's interviews and then class and then interviews and then practice and now interviews. Right.
What's the
one
question?
You at this interview, though.
I know, right? This is the best one.
Yeah,
you know?
right. We'll feed you.
What's the question you've been asked the most?
Definitely, probably how it felt to be out there. Telling my story, but then once we get to the topic of just the game, was just how it felt to be out there, what it felt like before the game, after the game, just all the emotions involved with it.
When did you know there was going to be an opportunity for you to get on the field? I mean, at what point during the game?
Well, so Coach Helton approached me on Thursday, and he said that he was making some phone calls, that there was probably a really good chance I'd play on Saturday, so just to get mentally prepared. And then Friday he confirmed that, saying, yes, we're definitely a go for tomorrow. Probably expect something in the second quarter. Well, the game definitely went probably a little different direction. Western Michigan, heck of a football team.
Yep.
And so it was in the fourth quarter, and really I kind of had mentally decided that today wasn't going to be the day.
Right.
And sure enough, Marvell takes back that interception in the end zone, and I kind of came across, okay, am I going out right now? I didn't know because it was first off an unexpected score,
right?
And it wasn't like we got the ball and coach came over and said, hey, if we score on this drive, you're going in. So all of a sudden White comes right at my holder and says, are you ready? Are you ready? And I hadn't warmed up too much, but I just kind of was like, this we've been waiting for this so long. Yes, I'm ready. So you took the timeout, got two quick snaps real quick just to warm up, and then went out there and snapped the ball.
You mentioned how often you've been asked that question about emotions, and you're an athlete. I feel like you try to keep emotion out of it because you had to execute, and
right.
You did. What does it mean to you, though, the emotions that it brought other people, maybe other people that are dealing with similar problems, but just other people in general? The outpouring has just been incredible.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what before the game, nice leading up to it, I was nervous for just the fact that I trusted in my technique, I trusted in my ability, and you have to, but it just. You had this sense this was going to be a moment bigger than sports, and this was a moment for me to prove to others how to overcome adversity and show others, and inspire others, and that that was kind of more of the thing I was nervous about more than anything. Was just this is the opportunity of a lifetime to show the world and give the world inspiration. So when as we are in the aftermath now, you see all these people that are coming out and saying that. They've been inspired, and ever since the first piece came out in 2009, I've been able to inspire people. But to see at this magnitude, it's just unbelievable, and it's something that, in return, inspires me, and something that is one of the big reasons why I go out there and play the game.
I saw you, of course, when at Orange Lutheran, when we were snapping for Olu, and
right.
That obviously was, that was a dream come true when I was watching you then.
Yes.
And now to see you play for the Trojans, be an active team member. This is far beyond even my belief, right?
Mine is too.
Do you feel like you're living a dream?
Yeah, it definitely. I don't think my mind's wrapped around it completely yet either. I find myself thinking, I was actually part of a impacting the score. I always look at the 49th point and say, that I impacted that score. All it would take was a snap over the holder's head, and I'm at 48-31.
Right.
So it's like it's just I was in the game as a Trojan, contributing and out there just doing what I knew how to do and showing off my skill and helping out my team, and that's just something that is incredible. And I'm still kind of confronting that reality even today, and just kind of trying to soak it all in.
When did this dream start? I mean, we've obviously, all the Trojan family has known your story for so long now. When did you set that goal that you've just achieved?
Well, you know, I in high school I wanted to get on the field and play football again. So that was my goal in high school, and you know I did that by playing varsity, you know, my junior senior year, and always wanted to go to USC. So made sure I had the grades for that, and then past that, Pat Hayden and J.K. McKay were saying, you know, throughout kind of my time at Orange Lutheran, hey, you know, if you get into SC, you know, we'd love to have you on the football team. And you know, that was something special, obviously, just because, you know, I figured I'd be part of the athletic department just because, you know, they were my family for, you know, what would then been like 5 or 6 years. Right. And so to be told I was actually going to be a player and be part of the athletic department in that regard was something very special, and it was a complete honor. And so I you know, I really practiced hard and wanted to make sure, you know, I deserved a spot on the team. And then, you know, once I was there and on the team, you know, I wanted to earn some playing time. You know, I wanted to be not just some blanket on the team that is just appeased and, you know, like, hey, you know, have fun here at practice, but you know, I want to go out there and contribute and, you know, help the kickers get better during practice and go out there and you know, be a viable option to play in the game. You
know, that's the part that I love about you even more than the opportunity to play, is that you go about your business harder than some of the players that are actually getting an opportunity to play, because, you know, you're out early. You know, you're there late. I mean, you put the time into it. It's not just just get a chance to put the pads on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's something that, you know, I realize, you know, because I can't see, there's a little bit of a disadvantage there, and it takes that muscle memory, takes that feel, it takes honing in on that technique, and so, you know, I realize that maybe I do have to take the extra step, or maybe I do have to put the extra practice in, but you know, that's what you got to be willing to do when you want to achieve a goal and you're faced with adversity or a challenge.
Before we go, I have to ask the question that has been asked of me the most in the last couple of days, which is, why is your dog named Quebec?
Quebec was named by where he came from, Guide Dogs for the Blind. So I didn't name Quebec, all right? I didn't name a dog after Canada, okay? That's not
well,
that's
I just
not
feel
my decision.
like your fan base is now international, Jake,
exactly.
Right.
because the people of Canada are fully into this story.
No,
because they think you love them.
Well, listen, I'll visit Quebec and we can have a parade there with what we really need to be waiting for is Quebec to make a charge down the tunnel one of these times in mid play. You know, he's in the locker room just waiting to break out. You know,
We posted the clip on social media of Jake Snap. It did well. We posted a photo of Quebec. It did almost as well. I mean,
listen,
this is dueling popularity.
Most of my friends are just friends with me for Quebec. All right, this is something I realize I cope with. It's all right. I mean, Quebec is much better looking. He doesn't talk as much smack. Like he's everything you want.
Take me through when you make the snap. You know everybody's watching. That's the other thing about the pressure about the snap.
Right,
this
right.
isn't just a normal snap, right? You know that all eyes are on you. Of course, that your teammates are behind you 100%. The fans, I'm sure you started to hear the grumbling of the roar as you got over the ball and before you made the snap. And after you make the snap and it's good, the roar of the crowd. What was going through your mind at that particular point? I mean, I've scored touchdowns at Coliseum.
Right.
I didn't get cheered for as much as that. Talk to me.
I love the crowd noise. I mean, it's my favorite, one of my favorite parts about football. You know, just on third down or when we score a touchdown, right out of the tunnel. I mean, so just to be able to hear that crowd roar for something I did, it's just, I mean, it puts a big smile on my face right now thinking about it. You know, it just made it that much better, and just knowing, again, you know, I've been part of the Trojan family for 8 years now, and knowing how many fans that I have in the seats, and just knowing I'm surrounded by people who love me and support me in that way. It's just, you know, it's just a great feeling. It's just a really, really great feeling.
Well, you certainly spread that feeling to everybody that saw your story. People, as you said, many seeing it for the first time, and that's sort of the cool thing, is every time you do something, sort of a new audience that hears your story for the first time. And if you like crowd noise, you should hear plenty this Saturday. Trojans versus Stanford, a huge game. Jake will take the field with the Trojans. 5:30 kick on Fox and right here on ESPN LA 710. We thank Jake Olson. Much more to come. Deontay Burnett is next on Trojans Live.